welcome back to my channel. New year, new everything. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you are an oldie subby, you're loyal, you're smart. I appreciate you. I like you. Thank you very much. As the saying always go, it says or it states, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. I will always say this over and over. And I have a scholar who is ready to share with you as usual how he nailed it, all the advices, so that if you are also looking for that prestigious scholarship in the US, honey, please do the honor. Take your water, take whatever thing that you want to drink, and then watch this person. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't leave without subscribing. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Leboea Rankaki. I'm from Kechani in the River district. I studied at the National University of Lesotho, and I studied Bachelor of Education. I was majoring with English Language and Linguistics and African Languages and Literature. So I became a teacher for Sesotho and English language, but mostly I've been teaching Sesotho like 90% of my career. So currently I'm studying educational psychology in the United States at the Northern Illinois University. It is in the state of Illinois, a little outside the city of Chicago. So there I'm studying a 2-year master's program on Fulbright scholarship, and this is my second year. That means I started in academic year 2018-2019. That's when I started my program, and I'll be graduating probably in May 2020.
May you please take us through when you started applying up until now, in as much as you have already stated that you apply, this is your second and final year.
It's hectic. I found it hectic. I was used to the application process whereby you just fill up the application. There are sections, you just fill up the information, and you send the application and you're done. But on this one, there are so many stages you go through. Like the first stage is whereby the embassy will call for applications, and then you have to submit your statement of intent or study objective. You have to send your updated CV. You have to send your transcripts to the embassy, and then there will be a selection process. After the selection process, then you'll be called for interviews, and then when you have made it through the interview, that's when another application process begins, whereby the embassy is going to give you like a link whereby you fill the application, and then on top of that you have to take standardized tests. One is called TOEFL, which is Test of English as a Foreign Language, and the other one is called GRE, which is Graduate Record Exam. So TOEFL, it involves English language speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Those 4 components. So they are testing those 4 components, and then when your score is good enough, then you are likely to be selected for a university in the United States. And also this GRE, it involves English language and mathematics. Well, that is the most challenging part of it. Yeah, because the English there, unlike in TOEFL, it's not an easy language. It's not easy. It involves a lot of vocabulary, big words, some complicated or complex phrases, and now comes math, which I know that it's a challenge for most people, not only in the Kingdom of Lesotho but the world over. Math is a challenge. So that means for you to go through those testing processes, it takes resilience, it takes a lot of determination, it takes a lot of zeal, takes a lot of dedication for you to go through such and beat the competition and be part of the scholars that are selected to travel to the United States to begin your studies.
Okay. So I believe that there were a number of people who applied, like here in Lesotho, and it wasn't easy at all, to make it to the top two. As you said, you were, I mean, two.
Yeah, it was only two gentlemen.
Yeah,
me and the other gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So what thing made you an outstanding person, especially in terms of writing the statement of intent? Like, what are the objectives that one needs to stay there, or how should one go about with that statement of intent?
All right. Basically, it's about what you want to study, and then after mentioning what you want to study, the most important aspect of it is why. What importance are you going to bring to this country with the course you're going to study in America? It's not just about going to America and then you come back
Fun.
and nothing is happening. You have to have a clear direction. You have to have clear objectives. You have to have clear goals as to what changes you intend to bring, what changes you intend to enforce, what contributions you are going to make, and what weaknesses have you noticed, what weaknesses have you established that need to be attended to in order for the Kingdom of Lesotho to progress socio-economically. So in short, what I'm trying to say is that identify the course you want to study in the statement of intent, and then identify the reasons why you want to study that course, and then identify the goals, the objectives, the changes, the weaknesses that are in the Kingdom of Lesotho, and then how this course is going to help you help the country to progress and prosper socio-economically. Also, you have to show in your statement of intent as to like what you are doing for the community, like besides the academics, then what makes you a person who can bring about change in the community. What are you involved in already in the community? Like, for example, myself, I have a youth group called Botabute Youth Civic Group. I established that group with my students, and we are doing so many things around the district of Botabute. Like, before I left to the United States, we planted more than 700 trees for Botabute communities. We helped like more than 50 households that have orphaned and vulnerable children. We used to donate clothes and some food parcels, especially in winter and during Christmas. And also we we used to work hand in hand with Butabute Correctional Services to donate sanitary pads for female inmates and some clothing and toiletry puzzles for all the inmates and the children who were born in prison. So yeah, in short, those are the things that I was doing and I'm still doing, because my youth group is still continuing the work even in my absence. So yeah, I included that in my statement of intent to convince the selection panelists that, okay, I'm not only a change agent, or I'm not only ideally thinking that I can come and make some changes, but I am sure that I can do it because I've already started with my youth group. And I'm trying to enforce the spirit of being change agents in the young people. Yeah, so the applicants should be aware that you don't only have to be excelling academically, but you have to be somebody who can bring about change in your community. So if there's anything you're doing for your community, make sure that you include it in your statement of intent in order to convince the selection panelists that, okay, I'm a change agent actually, so I'm sure that I can, the change I promise that I'll make, I can actually make it because I've already begun in this aspect.
So in other words, for one to like know that he or she is about to make it, it doesn't guarantee though, but one has to be a leader, and also you are going to be an ambassador, because you will not be representing yourself but a nation as a whole.
Yes.
Meaning that it's vital for youth or for people to like volunteer and engage themselves in community work, not just expect to like to be paid to do something.
Yes. Yes, it's very, that's very important, because somebody, if you can do something without expecting anything in return, that puts you in a particular bracket of people who can be leaders. That means there is that self-sacrifice, self-denial, that it's not about me, but it's also about the person next to me. It's also about pulling somebody up. If I'm climbing, I'm going up, then I have to pull somebody else to make sure that at least some other person is coming up with me, you know, to have an opportunity to enjoy life, a normal life like anybody else. Yes.
Okay. And then the other question is, there's a proverb or an English saying that states that many hands make lighter work. While writing that statement of intent, did you work with anybody, like in terms of like you wrote your statement and before sending it to the embassy, did you like try to say somebody should proofread it and then fix anything, or you just wrote everything on your own?
Well, I wrote my statement of intent and then I gave it to one of my colleagues at school where I was teaching to go through it and then check some grammatical errors, some semantics, some syntactical issues, and then he went through it and then he told me that, okay, this is where you can fix. And then after fixing that, I took it back to him and he was like, yeah, now I'm sure that it's okay. And one other thing is that my statement of intent, I made sure that it convinced me, because if it can convince me that it makes a lot of sense, that it's persuasive enough, then it can be able to be persuasive on another person. Yes. So if I write something and then it doesn't convince me, how do I expect it to convince somebody else? You see that? Yeah.
Okay. So I went through the website actually, and then I saw that it's kind of different in terms of, as applicants, you are not choosing the university. Like the embassy is the one who chooses the university, right?
When we apply, we just apply for the scholarship. Then the Institute of International Education in the US is the one that's gonna take the task of placing somebody, an applicant, in a particular university based on your study objective, based on your standardized test scores. Then they, because the universities in the US, they have like different kinds of like maybe interests, or I would say, like for example, Harvard is known for business, Stanford is known for law, MIT is known for science or STEM subjects. So, well, not that they only teach that, but like whatever you apply for, combined with your test scores, then that's going to determine which university is likely to admit you to come and study with them. Yes, but that is the job of IIE, or the Institute of International Education. Ours is just to apply for the scholarship through IIE, and then IIE will do the rest.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Any advice that you could wanna give to the youth who want to apply? Please say them.
Takes a lot of determination, a lot of patience, because you are going through an application process that takes a long time. It doesn't only take a long time, but it takes different stages that are not just a walk in a park. So at the end of the day, when IIE says, okay, this person has been successful, when a university in America contacts you and says, okay, we are happy to let you know that you have been admitted to our university to study this and that. It's after a strenuous application process. So you have to have what we call growth mindset to reach that level. Because if somebody has a fixed mindset, when they meet obstacles, challenges, criticism, and failures, they are obviously going to give up. But if you have a growth mindset, you take a challenge as a stepping stone. You embrace the challenge when it comes, and you focus, you fix your eyes on the goal. And the most important thing is to ideally see yourself already in America. That's going to push you and keep on inspiring and motivating you to strive and work harder and harder and harder to improve your scores. What I can tell in honesty is that it's unlikely for somebody to just go to the testing center just once and be like, now my scores are okay. You're competing with people from all over the world. So for your scores to be competitive enough, you have to keep improving them. I went to Santin 4 times to improve my scores because I wanted to have as competitive scores as possible, so that when the selection is made, I'll fall in the bracket of those that are going to be selected. So in short, what I'm saying is, this needs focus, this needs patience, this needs motivation, this needs determination. Somebody has to have that resilience to say, since I started this, I'll take it to the end.
Okay. In conclusion, do you have anything that you can try to say?
Yeah.
Okay, please say.
It's it's something, well, that involves me as a person.
Okay.
Like, as you can see, I have two insignias on my breast. The first one is written Fulbright. I was given this insignia, Fulbright insignia, when I was at the Fulbright Enrichment Seminar in Washington, D.C.
Wow. Okay.
So I was attending an enrichment seminar on women economic empowerment. And I gained a lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, and I made a lot of friends and a lot of networks from all over the world. Talk about France, Germany, talk about China, Japan, Taiwan, Singapore. So I have friends from those countries that I've met at the Fulbright and Enrichment Seminar in Washington, D.C. So that's why I got this Fulbright insignia. The second one, it's written Northern Illinois University Student Association Senate. So this, I got this one when I was elected to be a senator in the student government.
Wow.
I'm currently a senator
Okay.
in the student government. I'm in the student leadership. It's something more or less like Student Representative Council here at home, SRC, commonly known as SRC.
Yeah.
So there, it's based on the American federal government, whereby there will be the executive, and then there will be the legislature and the judiciary. We have those things. So I'm in the judiciary.
Okay.
I'm in the legislature.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a senator. So, yeah.
Wow.
One of my responsibilities in the Senate, together with other senators, is to enforce laws and write and pass bills that are going to become bylaws that govern how the student body interacts with the entire university administration. So when I come back now, I'll be fully involved in university services to ensure that the students in my university get the services they deserve. Whenever something is not going well, I have to be there to ensure that I make the university administration aware that, okay, the students are not served well when it comes to this and that and that. Could you please fix it? Yeah, and the last thing I can mention is that I tried by all means to ensure that I'm a true ambassador of the Kingdom of Lesotho there. I met the president of my university. She knows me personally. She knows my name. She knows what I'm studying. She knows the country I'm coming from.
Wow.
So in June, when I was here, I bought a blanket and a bowl written Lesotho on the side for her, and I personally delivered them to her office, and I still have the pictures of her carrying that bowl and wearing the blanket. And that is the legacy that's going to be there for a very long time, because even after she leaves that office, after she has left the office, that bowl written Lesotho will still be there in the office, and that blanket is still going to be there. They have put it on the wall in her office, and those are the things that I'm proud of as a Mosotho who is representing his country in a big country like America. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to share, like, and comment. See you again next time.